Depression is a strange thing. It's not just sadness. Sadness is a normal part of life, kind of like rain on a sunny day. It comes and it goes. But depression is different. It's this heavy cloud that follows you everywhere, you know? It doesn't need a reason to be there. It just is. This cloud can make everything feel gray and tasteless. The things you once loved, like listening to music or walking in the park, suddenly feel like a chore. It's an invisible weight that you carry on your shoulders, making every single step feel incredibly difficult and exhausting. This weight does something else too. It makes you feel completely and utterly alone. You can be in a room full of people who love you, people who are laughing and talking, and still feel like you are on a different planet. It's like being behind a thick wall of glass. You can see everyone else, but you can't reach them. You feel like no one could possibly understand what you are going through. This loneliness is really one of the hardest parts of depression. It whispers lies in your ear, telling you that you are the only one who has ever felt this way. The world keeps spinning, but you feel stuck. You see people going to work, meeting friends, and making plans for the future. For you, just getting out of bed can feel like climbing a mountain. It's hard to explain this feeling to someone who has never experienced it. They might say things like, just cheer up, or think positive. They mean well, but it's not that simple. You can't just decide to be happy any more than you can decide to not have a broken leg. The illness is real, even if no one else can see it. It's important to know that this feeling of being alone is a trick. It's a symptom of the illness itself. Many people have walked this same dark path. They have felt the same heavy cloud and heard the same lonely whispers. You are not the first, and you will not be the last. Understanding this is the first small step towards the light. Depression tells you that you are an island, but that is not the truth. There are other people on other islands, all within shouting distance, waiting to hear a voice just like yours. Keeping depression a secret is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. At first it might seem manageable. You push it down, hide it from view, and pretend it isn't there. You put on a brave face for your family, your friends, and your colleagues at work. You learn to smile when you want to cry. You learn to say, I'm fine, when you are breaking apart on the inside. But holding that beach ball down takes an enormous amount of energy. It is exhausting to live a double life. One where you are okay on the outside and struggling on the inside. This silence builds a prison around you. The walls of this prison are made of fear and shame. You might be afraid of what other people will think. Will they see you as weak? Will they treat you differently? Will they run away? You might feel ashamed, as if your depression is a personal failure. These feelings are powerful, and they keep the prison doors locked tight. The longer you stay silent, the thicker the walls become, and the more isolated you feel from the rest of the world. It becomes your dark secret, a burden you carry alone. The energy you spend hiding your feelings is energy you could be using to heal. Imagine all the effort it takes to pretend, to choose the right words, to force a smile. That is precious energy being drained away every single day. This can make the depression even worse. The constant performance leaves you feeling drained and empty, with nothing left for yourself. The secret grows bigger and heavier, and the fear of it being discovered can cause even more anxiety. It is a vicious cycle that feeds on your silence and your strength. Inside this prison of silence, the lies of depression get louder. With no one to challenge them, these negative thoughts take root and grow. You start to believe them. You start to believe that you are worthless, that things will never get better, and that you are a burden to others. Silence is the perfect environment for these toxic ideas to thrive. Without a voice of reason or a hand of support, you are left alone with the harshest critic of all, your own depressed mind. Breaking the silence is not just about talking, it's about letting a little bit of light into that dark cell. Sharing your feelings is like opening a window in a stuffy room. The moment you speak the first word, you let in a little bit of fresh air. It doesn't magically solve everything at once, but it changes the atmosphere. Saying I'm not okay out loud can be one of the bravest and most powerful things you will ever do. It's really an act of defiance against the illness that wants you to stay quiet and alone. That single sentence can break the spell of isolation. Suddenly, the secret isn't just yours anymore. You have shared its weight, even if just a little. When you talk to someone you trust, you realize you are not on another planet after all. You are right here, and someone is listening. The simple act of being heard can be incredibly healing. When another person looks at you with kindness and understanding, it challenges the lies the depression tells you. It shows you that you are not a burden, but a person who is hurting. This connection can be a lifeline. It reminds you that you are part of the human world, a world where people care for each other and offer support when it is needed. Talking about your depression helps you understand it better. When the thoughts are just swirling around in your head, they are chaotic and overwhelming. But when you put them into words, you give them structure. You can start to see them more clearly. You might say something you didn't even realize you were feeling until it came out of your mouth. A good listener can help you untangle these thoughts. They can ask questions that help you see things from a different perspective. It's like turning on a light in a dark and messy room. You can finally start to see what you're dealing with. Sharing your story also opens the door to getting practical help. Your friend or family member might not have all the answers, but they can help you find them. They can help you make an appointment with a doctor or a therapist. They can sit with you while you make the phone call. They can go with you to your first appointment if you're scared. Taking that first step is always the hardest, and having someone by your side can make all the difference. You don't have to navigate the path to recovery alone. That first conversation is the start of building your support team. Deciding who to talk to is a very personal choice. The most important thing is to choose someone you trust. This could be your best friend, the one you have shared everything with since you were kids. It could be a parent, a sibling, or a cousin who has always been there for you. Think about the people in your life who are good listeners, the ones who don't judge and who make you feel safe. You don't need to tell everyone at once. Start with one person. One person is enough to break the silence and begin the journey towards feeling better. Sometimes talking to friends or family can feel too difficult. You might worry about upsetting them or changing how they see you. In these cases, talking to a professional can be a wonderful option. A doctor, a therapist, or a counselor is trained to understand what you are going through. They can provide a safe, confidential space where you can say anything without fear of judgment. They have the knowledge and tools to help you develop strategies for managing your depression. Their job is to listen and to guide you toward recovery. There are many ways to find professional help. You can start by talking to your family doctor. They can listen to your concerns and refer you to a mental health specialist. There are also helplines and online services you can contact. These services are often free and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The people on the other end of the line are trained to listen and provide immediate support. You don't even have to give your name if you don't want to. Just reaching out to one of these resources is a huge and courageous step forward. Remember, hope is real. Depression makes you feel like you will be stuck in the darkness forever. But that is not true. People get better. With time, support, and sometimes treatment, the heavy cloud can lift. The colors can come back into your world. You can learn to enjoy things again. The journey is not always easy or straight, but it is possible. So please, if you are struggling, reach out, speak up, let someone in. You are not alone in this, and you deserve to feel the sun on your face again. There is a future beyond this feeling. Stay.